Z.ai just released a new GLM image model and they're claiming it's the best in text on images. So, of course, we are going to throw 12 tests at the model and see if it's the best new open source model out there. Let's start with our first test, the Swiss watchmaker in his workshop. We've done this test before. If you want to see how GPT 1.5 Image and Seedream 4.5 are doing, I will link the video in the description. But now we will focus on GLM Image. That's why I will not show the others too much, just always as a little comparison. One thing that I immediately see is like this AI look that GLM Image still has, that we are always trying to get out of the image models. I think it's definitely noticeable, especially when we look at the hair, at the glasses here on top, also the beard and so on. So this is already a rough start, I have to say. I mean, they say it's more focused, or they are pushing it more for text generation, and we have those tests as well. So let's see how it compares. Just for you to have a comparison, the best model at the moment, Nanobanana Pro, just an outstanding image. This is what we are looking for, and I want to see. The others also, Qwen was not the best. I think it did better than GLM, but I really like the Z image one, though it looks more like from a movie if you really look into it. Number 2, this is a test that has text, but I have to tell you that all the models so far have completed the test with success. Now we have with GLM Image a new competitor, and from my perspective, I have to say, this is so far the generation that I like the most from the style. Again, the text, there is not much difference between the models, so you can use all of them pretty much. For this specific use case, again, we have other use cases, but just from how it looks, I mean, Nanobanana Pro was pretty cool, but I really enjoyed how this one looks. So this is, for me, actually a winner for GLM Image. Then we have a complex scene with 2 elderly people, and I have to say, like, this is really, well, not so good. Let's say it's quite blurry. I've seen this in a few generations. I'm not sure what's up with that. Though we generated quite a high resolution, and so that's a bit weird. Both are holding the same cup. That's also weird. Also, the numbers here are not what we prompted. Yeah, I think like this is not really usable for the use case. Again, we look at Nanobanana Pro. Amazing image, though even Nanobanana Pro was not able to follow all of our instructions. So again, very difficult test, though I would say like this is not really usable. I mean, if you want to just show something and it's not really an issue that it looks AI-like, then okay, you can use it. But yeah, from general generations, just standards. If we look into realistic images, let's put it this way, I don't see GLM Image as a good fit. I think we have better options when we want to do this. Even Z Image did a better job. When we look at this, though, of course, there were some issues with this as well. Let's look at product photography. This one actually pretty cool. The perspective is different to the other ones, though it followed the instructions. I'm not sure. With Perfume, you can always say like they have special designs, though it looks not like something that would be normal, let's say. Look at the others. Qwen Image, the really cool one, though it had an error here. Nanobanana Pro looked pretty cool and could be used for video generation because it's like a really cool shot. That's an okay generation for me. I don't think it's the best, but it's definitely usable. We have Manga, and let's look into it. Again, I don't see the best generation here. We have a problem with the arm. Maybe he lost it already on this page, though he has it back here. If you look at the sword, yeah, I don't really know what this is supposed to be. Also the image down here. Yeah, this is for me also a fail. I mean, let's look at the other ones. Qwen Image was pretty cool, though maybe not following the instructions too fully to the point. And Nanobanana Pro, we have it here, was also pretty cool, though the background was weird for me. Yeah. Difficult. I would say, at least from this test, it would not be usable for this. But if you do a few tries, a few generations, it might be possible. But of course, then the cost comes into play. Then we have an anime generation. Overall, looks cool, though. I mean, especially looking at the face, the eyes, kinda not the same 100%. And I don't know, I cannot really explain it, but there's something missing. And then when we look at the hand, like this is a bigger problem down here. And also with the Watchmaker, there was something with the hands, if you really look into detail. So this was a problem. Here, the second hand does not really exist. So yeah, I mean, style, okay. But again, this is unfortunately not usable. When we compare it to Qwen Image, for example, this one was a pretty cool one, but also had some issues if you look here, but more usable, 100%. And again, Z Image Turbo, definitely better in this case, right? And if you have Z Image, then I don't know why should you use GLM in this case. We have some world knowledge part with the Golden Gate Bridge. Let's look into it. Overall, the image looks quite good from the first look. This here might trigger some questions. I'm not sure how this works. Also, when you look here, this looks not how it's supposed to be. So we definitely have problems here again. Again, unfortunately, I would say that's not usable in the current state as we see it here. Maybe for some, well, not so important illustrations, but yeah, if you're worried about AI slop, then you cannot really use it for this use case. If we look at Nanobanana Pro, for example, outstanding result, definitely. But even Nanobanana Pro had some issues. So it was a bit difficult of a task for most of the images. We can also look into the Z Image one real quick that had some problems in here as well. Then we have icon set generation. And this one I was very surprised positively. Definitely a good result. You can definitely use it to create icons for whatever you want to use it for. Yeah, this is 100% a pass for me. Really good job from the model, and definitely usable for this use case. And then we have app icon, and we have to say all of the models had a problem with this task. And honestly, I have to say, GLM did the best generation so far for this app icon, even though it's also one that I wouldn't be like thrilled to use, though it's definitely, we compare to the Qwen Image. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Also, Z Image did not a great job. Not even Nanobanana Pro did a good job here. So yeah, but could be a use case. I think icon generation is definitely something you can try with this model. Then we come to the very important question, what they claimed, that it's really good at generating text on images. And this is the generation. Now, I want to say that we had problems with Qwen. We had problems with Z Image. I think Seedream also had problems. And actually GLM is not different in this case. Yeah. For example, we have down here King Consulting. This is coming. I don't know where it's coming from. I literally would have to read the prompt. Now I can see, because here it's written McKinsey Consulting style. It, well, kinda did something like this and then put it here, even though it's not the right name. And then we have also issues like transportation. Yeah, not working so well. Also, the numbers are kind of all over the place. Then we have healthcare on top with no bar. We have the innens No insurance. So this is definitely a fail. Yeah. This is the one that they are pushing the most, that it can generate text on images quite well. I see a problem here, definitely. I mean, let's just compare it real quick. We have Qwen Image, which also did not do this correctly. Let's see, healthy care. Then also transportation is also missing here. So yeah, no insurance. This was definitely a fail. And then when we look at this one from Nanobanana Pro, which was just amazing and perfect. And this is also the one that I would recommend if you want to create slides for presentations or anything. Just use Nanobanana Pro. You don't have to sit there and create presentations anymore. The slides, sitting there 30 minutes. Use Nanobanana Pro. Tell it what it should do. Absolutely amazing results, and you can use them, and they will look better than most of the things that you can do, most likely, at least for my skill set when it comes to presentations. So yeah, try it out for this. Z Image was actually not quite there. So we had adopting, for example, there was a misspelling here. So it had some minor issues, which might be repairable with trying again. Though GLM Image is further away from an actual good generation in this case. Then we have the second one. And as you can see here, it happened to be in Chinese. Maybe I have a Chinese viewer. Please let me know if at least the text is correct when it's in Chinese. Yeah, but at least the donut is quite good that it did here. What I found very funny is can you see the sign here? It kind of looks like a very angry robot. It's really funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why it was Chinese. If we compare again, Nanobanana Pro, absolutely amazing. This is what we were looking for. But I mean, if it writes the percentages outside, that's also totally fine with me. Though, yeah, it should be English, at least in this case. And if you can see, for example, the image turbo, this was far from usable. So maybe with a few tries, this could be a use case here. Again, if we combine it with the previous test, I have doubts. Unfortunately, I have to recommend Nanobanana Pro in this case for the generation of something like this. Then we look at influencer style, and we have the problem again that we saw in the first image already. It still has this AI look. Though I have to say, if you look on the lower part, actually here it's well done. I think we also don't have a problem with the hands this time. Also, it's in general much better than the other generations that we had with humans. But I mean, for someone that is not trained on AI images, this could work, I would say. They maybe don't spot it, but I don't know. It's not good enough. We can compare Qwen Image, which, I'm not sure if the hands are properly done here. Though more realistic, definitely. And then, of course, if we look into Nanobanana Pro, well, outstanding when it comes to this. And if we compare the image, we have more of an AI look here. It's just too perfect to be real for this. To look at the prices here, definitely GLM has a big advantage. The price is only 1.5 cents per generation. Now, this is interesting. The price that I use here is from the Z.ai API. Fall AI also has it on their page already, but they say 15 cents. I don't know where this comes from, though the normal price, I assume, is 1.5 cents, which would put it into a really good range. If they can iterate on this model and maybe make it a bit better with a new version, I think we could put it up at the same level as Qwen Image. But right now, that's not the case, right? Qwen Image is better at this point. Seedream is better at this point. Even the image turbo, I would see better in quite a few cases. So you definitely have to try. You can see it's better in text, yes, but it's, at least from my testing, not good enough. Yeah, it does not compete with Nanobanana, for example, when it comes to text. Also with OpenAI, the GPT 1.5 image model was better when it comes to text. So yeah, keep this in mind when you want to try it out. Of course, we did the test already with GPT and Seedream. So if you want to see this test, you can click here, or I will also put it in the description. And then thanks for watching.